You have a gun in your inventory at a level 1 in Tarkov that you need to use, but you need to learn how to use it first. What is that gun? That gun is the M4A1 standard. It's this gun right here. This is actually one of my favorite guns to use in Tarkov. A lot of people use this gun, and I do mean that quite literally. A lot of people use this gun. I use it actually quite often myself, and so unfortunately it does cost $500 US. That is a lot, and the ammo itself costs anywhere from $4 US, like, well, okay, let me actually double check that. Anywhere from $2 US to $7 US. Excuse me, to $19 US. And so it's really expensive ammo at first, but like as you get on and you keep going forward, the ammo will actually become a lot cheaper. Right now it's actually a little bit expensive for me because I'm trying to get more rubles rather than dollars right now. Personally, I actually really love this weapon because it's so versatile. Like, there's so much you can actually use with this weapon. Like I was saying, it can be used on pretty much any type of map. It can be used on customs, it can be used on shoreline, it can be used on pretty much anywhere you want. It can be long range, short range, and the best part about it is the ammo. And the ammo is phenomenal. The first type, like the A55s that you can actually buy right away is Peacekeeper level 1. So you'll actually be able to buy that immediately, which would be really fantastic. But like I said, it is $2 to buy one round, which is fairly expensive, especially starting out. Now, with A55, it's actually a really good bullet because it has 50 damage, 28 penetrating power, and 37 armor damage. Now, it's not as strong as, for example, 856, 856A1, and even 855A1. Those ammos types are so much better than the 855. And when you're thinking about 855 HP and 55 FMJ, honestly, don't even think about using those. Honestly, like, those ammo types are crap compared to what you could be using. Like, honestly, don't even worry about those two types of ammo. The best type of ammo you can use for this M1A4 standard is M995 ammo with 40 damage, 53 penetration power, and 58 armor damage. So this will shred armor. Now, everybody loves this ammo type because it shreds. It's an armor shredder. It will pen armor. I believe up to level 4, if I'm not mistaken. If I remember correctly, let me actually double check that. Well, for example, if you use 855A1, but if you're using 855, just regular 855 ammo, this will actually pen most level 1 through 3 armors. Like, it is really good. Like, I do say pen, as in it will definitely do a lot of damage, but like once you get up to level 3 and higher, 855 starts actually becoming to the point where it's not that good. Obviously, level 4 and higher, 855 won't really pen a lot of armors, unfortunately, and like that's actually really unfortunate. But when you have when you throw 855A1 in there, which is actually the most used ammo for this type of weapon, besides 995. Now, you get this right off the bat. You need to learn how to use it. Where do you go to use it? Offline raids. Go to offline raids. Go and you learn how to use it. If you already have, which I don't know how you would have this at level 1, but if you already have this, go ahead and go into your hideout and go into your shooter range and start using it there, and just basically practicing with it there. But definitely go into offline raids, because if you go into offline raids, one of the great thing about offline raids is that you don't lose anything in offline raids. If you die in there, it doesn't matter. It's offline. It doesn't affect you whatsoever. Now this weapon, right, like the M1A4, excuse me, I keep saying M1A, M4A1 is definitely your ace in the hole right now as a level 1. Now, I will say this: you may not want to use it right away. Now you're gonna say, wait, at the very beginning of this video you told me I need to use it, And yes, you do need to use it, but with the armor you have at level 1, I am afraid for you to use it, because you could lose it really quickly. And that's actually what happened to me. I didn't know how to use the M4A1 because the very starting out, it has vertical recoil is 88, horizontal recoil is 243. This right here is actually like, it's a pretty big kick. I mean, it's not as big as a lot of the AK-47s. Like AKs, any of the AKs is starting, most of them is over 100. So that right there is already better. But like, once you actually get into the fact that you're actually using it, let me show you this actually. So I'm gonna load into my my hideout, and I want to show you the recoil and how much of a recoil it has just starting out. Okay, so this is the M4A1 standard right out of the get-go. So this is standard fire, is pretty good. It's pretty accurate standard fire, but then when you put in the full auto mode right here, look at that jump. It's a pretty big jump right out the get-go, but when you actually pull it down, when you learn how to pull it down, it's pretty darn accurate. Honestly, it's a pretty darn accurate, pretty good. It's that initial recoil that you need to just worry about. Now, this one is actually probably the best. In my opinion, the M4A1 standard is definitely the best weapon to start out with. Now, this is if you buy the standard version or if you buy the Edge of Darkness version. I think this is definitely the best one to start out with. Depending on you yourself, you may think it's not the best, considering it's the most expensive, especially when you start out. But the fact that you start with it, you'll actually immediately be able to start using it and actually penning a lot higher armors, and start taking out a lot of the Timmies that are around your level. Now, unfortunately, 855 won't pen the Chads, unfortunately, because they're going to be carrying level 5, level 6 armor. So unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But you will be able to use a lot of the average, like level 30s and below armors, like level 30s in Tarkov. I don't mean actual level 30 armor, but like, you'll actually, because I use on an average basis anywhere from level 3 to 4 armor currently, sometimes 6, like 5 and 6, depending if I can find them, like this lick that I have right here, which is almost, in my opinion, this is actually one of my, like I was saying, my favorite gun to use is the M4A1 standard. Really, honestly, any weapon that has a 5.56 by 45 NATO ammo type is actually very good to use. But I will warn you, you will lose this fairly quickly if you're not careful. I'm gonna be honest about that. It can do full auto, it can be semi-automatic, like I showed you earlier. The fire rate is 800 rounds per minute, and honestly, the fact that you get it just like this immediately, in my opinion, is honestly one of the best weapons to get right off the bat. Now, you can do what you want with it. You can sell it, you can use it. I would recommend using it, especially right off the bat. But remember to use your ears. Remember to have ears and listen very, very carefully. I don't know how many times I've snuck up on Timmies, literally when I'm being really loud. Your little level 1 Timmies. And I've shot you almost point blank because you weren't paying attention. Pay attention. Listen to your surroundings. If you don't listen to your surroundings, you will die. Be quiet. Be quiet. I can't stress this enough. Be quiet. Stop moving. I will shoot you because you're too loud. Obviously, if you're on my team, I won't shoot you. But like, if you're constantly moving, I'm gonna be honest. I have a friend who constantly moves when we're playing Tarkov. It gets him killed so often. and the result almost gets me killed almost all the time as well when I'm with him. But you have to be quiet and mind your surroundings. When you have ears and you're able to use the ears, especially if they're really low, like if they're really, if you feel like they're expensive, still buy them. They can be a lifesaver, honestly. They really can be. Buy them, you need them. And when I say ears, I do mean these type of headphones, like Contact 2, the level 1 earpieces that you get, stuff like that. Those type of headphones you will need, because if you can hear, you can win. You can survive. I'm gonna be bluntly honest about that. I'm gonna say that's all for this time. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure having you here. Like this video if you thought this was good information. Comment down below. Tell me what you think is the best weapon personally, especially when you start off. Share with your friends, and don't forget to hit that bell to stay up to date with all my latest videos. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.